Hey there guys, how are you all today? I hope you're all well. Anyway, as usual, my name's Rob, aka Chrome Magic, and I thought I'd bring you a gameplay request here. I had a message from Lincoln Park Guitarist 1 who asked me to do a video using the Scar H, so I thought I'd take the challenge upon myself and I hope you like the video. I'm using the Scar H with FMJ and extended mags, therefore meaning that my first perk is Bling Pro. I'm also using the Striker with red dot sight and silencer. I'm using the Claymore and flashbangs. And as my second perk I'm using Hardline Pro. And as my third I'm using Ninja Pro. Today I'm playing on the map Estate, which is actually one of my favourite maps. And there are two main areas that you want to defend. The first being the alleyway down to the boathouse. And the second being the big mansion where everybody snipes from. If you manage to get the mansion where everyone snipes from, and with the two floors, if you manage to get a couple of people on each floor, you'll generally do well in this game and hold down the opponent and take the win. However, I would always keep an eye on the other small house with the, I think it's a red car outside of it. That's a good sniping point as well. So you always want to keep your eye on that just to make sure somebody's not using a thermal sniper in that area. One thing that's always good to do when you want to put a good kill streak together is to make sure that your opposition can't see you. So here I sneak up on two people with their pants down touching themselves. I don't really know why they don't turn around more often. If it was me, I'd be turning around every 2 seconds to make sure there was no one behind me. But oh well, there's no I can do. So I take them out pretty easily really. Anyway, back to the specifications of the gun. The gun is actually very good for beginner and mediocre players. The reason for this is it's got a quick fire rate and the iron sight is one of the best iron sights on the game in my opinion. The good thing about the Scar H's iron sight being so good means that you can free up a slot for another attachment such as FMJ or extended mags. One thing that I feel that you must always do is either use scavenger or extended mags for this gun. The reason for this is the clip is extremely small and you only get a small amount of bullets. You can probably take out 5 or 6 people before you end up losing your ammo and have to search around for another gun. So as I said, the best thing to use is extended mags or scavenger. I'm using the extended mags on this gun as it increases the clip size slightly, meaning that you'll have to reload slightly less. The gun is good at all ranges. It can be used as a good tool for sniping as the gun has very little recoil. When sniping with it though, I do suggest to burst fire, just in case any recoil does kick in and take you off your target. Medium range is my favourite range to use for this gun. The rate of fire in the gun will drop a guy even if you are the underdog within the battle. What I mean when I say the underdog is you'll be able to tell whether you're the favourite to win the particular fight or the underdog. So as I say, with this gun you'll more than likely come out on top. It is also effective at close range, but be careful not to get too close and get caught off guard by a shotgun. As we all know, shotguns are the most powerful close range weapons. As an added advantage to the gun, I don't believe that you'll need to put stopping power on it really. It's really good as it is without the stopping power, so I'd say go and use a different perk and get the challenges done on them. I'm using Hardline, which is a good one to use with this gun, as I say, the clip is small, so you need to get as many kills as early as possible. Once you get them, you can then call in what you need to and build up your kill streak. I'm using the Predator Missile, Harrier and Chopper Gunner in this game, and I get a pretty good KD with it. One thing that I will suggest is that if you struggle to get your higher kill streaks, then change them to lower ones. One thing that I always say is a high kill streak that you can't get is no good at all. Whereas if you set it to say a UAV, care package and Predator, then you might get something really good in the care package. Of course you're running the risk of getting it taken from you, but it's always good to help out the team rather than going for the high kill streaks and not getting them. What I will say is if you go for the high kill streaks and don't get them, you're not really going to get a high score. And I'm not the greatest player in the world, and I'll fully admit not to being the greatest player in the world. So if I'm struggling to get my higher kill streaks, I'll myself put them down until I'm getting a bit more confident, and then I'll put them back up again. A good example of setting your kill streaks to how you're playing actually happened to me in this game. Originally I was actually playing poorly, so put all of my kill streaks down and got them, and then when I was confident put them back up so that I could get the high amount of kills that I did. I got all 3 kill streaks in this game, as you'll see, so did really well. Got a good KD, I think it was something like 28 and 6 I believe. Also, when in close quarter situations, don't worry about shooting from the hip. The gun is actually really good at this, so I would suggest it if you are in close quarter situations and haven't got time to switch to your secondary. As you can see here, I'm building up my kill streak slowly. I've now got my Predator missile, and one thing that I suggest that you should do is always group up into where your teammates are, so that they give you protection when you're calling in your kill streaks, because the last thing you want to do is be on your own, call it in and get shot midway through. It's always good to have someone on your team using a UAV. The reason for this is when you get your Harrier, you can tell them to call it in so that you know where to put the Harrier. Right here I switched to my UMP45 as my Scar H has run out of bullets and I need a new gun. So I go and pick this up, trying to get one last kill so that I can call in the Harrier and hopefully get to my chopper gunner. Right here I see the guy and take him out, get my Harrier, call it in, and I don't think it does much on the actual airstrike, but it gets the 3 kills while the aircraft's in the air. I always try and put it down by the boat hut because a lot of people go there, so it's always a good place to put it. So as you can see here, I didn't actually get any kills with the airstrike. Right here I nearly get killed, so that was a bit of a close moment, and I'm 1 away from my chopper gunner, which I will get any second now. And here it is. So there's the 10 kill streak. Go and get my chopper gunner. I'm okay with a chopper gunner. I'm not the best. I'm probably not going to ever get a nuke, just because I'm not good enough really. I'll openly admit I'm not good enough. So I get a couple of kills with it, then go out and get a few more. And by the end of the video I've got a pretty good KD, as I say. So we're coming towards the end of the video and I don't really want to run out of time, so I'll go and do the 3 suggestions for the Scar H. The first one is to either use extended mags or Scavenger Pro. The reason why is it's got an extremely small clip size and you definitely need extra bullets, otherwise you won't get anywhere really with the gun and you'll end up having to switch out. Right here I fail at going up some stairs, oh my god, and catch these 2 people with their pants down touching themselves again. If it's the 2 same people, then they ought to be ashamed of themselves. So I then decide to camp up for a little bit just to get a few more kills and eventually get killed. As I say, the first suggestion is to use extended mags or scavenger. The second suggestion that I have is to stay with the iron sight. The iron sight is a really good iron sight, and it's probably the best one besides the UMP45 iron sight. I would then switch that out for something like FMJ if you're using Bling Pro with the extended mags obviously. So I'd use FMJ or silencer depending on how you want to play the game. And my final tip is to try and burst the weapon and conserve as much ammo as possible due to the fact of it having such a small size. If you can't do that, then it's really good to hold the trigger down. It's almost got no recoil at all, so it's probably one of the best guns to use. Overall, my final opinion of the gun is it's a very good gun to use. As I say, it's best for beginners and mediocre players, although the pros can also do some really good things with it as well. Finally, I'd also like to thank 4 players: Blink182 RIP, Green Mosha, Hartop and Bucks Dollar, who communicated with me throughout the whole game to tell me where the opponents were. If you like the gameplay, then obviously rate, comment and subscribe to me. Also, if you want to ask me to do a certain gameplay yourself, then give me a message and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for listening today, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys.